Hi guys, I hope that you're having a fabulous day. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with a couple of Gucci handbag reveals, so I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Now I know that I come on here and I share a new bag with you and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited, blah blah blah, right? And I think that any handbag lover would understand the excitement over a new bag, but with this video, with these two reveals, it's a little bit different, my friends. It's just a little bit different because I feel like I can't even contain my excitement. I cannot, but like I feel like I want to scream because that's how happy, that's how giddy like I am about these two purchases, especially one of them, because one of them I have been hunting for such a long time. Okay, so here they are. So let me give you a little preview. Now this is part of my vintage files because both of these bags have since been discontinued, and both of these bags are essentially of the same collection, but one of them, this guy over here, is a little bit more practical, whereas this one is definitely not. And I think I'm going to start off with this one first. And I know you guys don't like it when I give you a big old speech before I do an unboxing or a reveal, because the whole point of an unboxing or reveal is that you want to see the bag. You don't want to sit there and listen to someone yap about the bag for 100 years before they get to it, right? I totally get that. But you're going to have to excuse me with this one. I don't know if you want to fast forward or what, but I have to give you a little bit more info on why I chose this bag. All right, so as you guys can tell on the, hang on, let me gather my thoughts because I feel like I'm getting like, you know, kind of crazy. Okay. Relax, dude. Okay. So, as you guys can tell on the thumbnail, in my opinion, this has got to be the greatest Gucci bag of all time. All right. Of all time. Remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and with these cockabrown eyes, that is exactly what I see. This is the greatest Gucci bag. Now, I think that there are a couple of Gucci styles out there that I would put in the same category, especially vintage Gucci. I'm a huge fan of vintage Gucci, but this one to me is like the cherry. It's like it's the cake topper. It's the one that's just, I don't know, makes my heart sing, makes my heart flutter, makes my heart want to scream. I don't know, whatever the hell it is. But this bag, like I said before, I have been hunting it for such a long time. And from the moment I laid eyes on this handbag, I wanted it. I was like, oh my God, I love that bag. From the moment that I saw it on Jessica Simpson's shoulder, I was like, oh my God, that is such a fabulous bag. Now, Jessica had it, I'm saying Jessica like we're on a first name basis, stupid. So anyways, she had it in a variety of different textures and different colors. I didn't want this bag in leather and I didn't want it in a funky color. I wanted it in the classic brown. And like I said, I wanted it forever. And by the time I got around to wanting to add it to my collection, it had since been discontinued. And I have been searching high and low for this handbag for, it feels like forever and a day. So when I finally got around to looking for it on the pre-loved market, I've had the hardest time adding this bag because of two different reasons. Number one, anytime I have found it, I feel like it's an arm and a leg. The price tag is an arm and a leg. And you guys know that when it comes to vintage, I'm looking for a deal. Sometimes the deals don't always happen, but I also don't want to pay over retail price for anything, you know, that's a little bit older. And number two, anytime I have found this bag on the pre-loved market, you name the website, I have been on it, all right? Anytime I have looked for it or anytime I see it, it is just jacked up because the corners wear terribly. So I mean, I'll see them with like some funky corners and they'll be going for like $1,500. I'm like, dude, are you insane? Like, no. So like I said, it had to check off a couple of marks. It had to be in the right condition and it had to have the right price point. And I finally snagged it. Okay, so enough chit chat. But this handbag, like I said before, it is not practical whatsoever, all right? And I don't care if I only use this bag one day out of the year and the other 364 days it sits on my shelf. It does not matter because I feel like I got it, like, I finally got it type of thing. You know what I mean? Let me know if you know what the hell I'm talking about because I don't think I'm even making sense. But this is one of the few north-south designs that I like. The only other one that I really love is the Louis Vuitton Artsy. Normally, I'm not a fan of the North-South because it's such a pain in the ass to get in and out of them. And I feel like I might be one of the only people on the planet that thinks that this bag is worth that GOAT status. But anyway, so it did come up with a dust bag that says Gucci, the old school, an older, not the old school, but an older dust bag. I do have it stuffed for now because I wanted to keep its shape while I show you guys. All right, so the greatest Gucci of all time for these caca brown eyes is the Gucci large horse bit hobo. Oh yeah, baby. Like, I am stoked that I was able to add this bag to my collection. Like I said, it is not practical whatsoever. It is massive. It overwhelms my body frame. But even with all of those red flags, I do not care. I am obsessed with this bag. And like I said, when I saw it on Jessica Simpson's shoulder, I was like, oh my God, she had so many different colors, so many different textures. I was like, oh, it's amazing, but it's in fantastic condition. The corners are intact. They are not all beat up. They are not all scuffed up. There is like nowhere on these corners. And even just the fabric itself, all of it is just in amazing condition. There are some scratches on this leather part here, but look at that. Oh my God. Like I can't even articulate the excitement that I have while I'm holding this bag. Like, I don't know if you guys feel the same way when it comes to like the one that you've been hunting for forever. But that's exactly what's going on. So, you know, my apologies if I'm all over the place. My apologies if it doesn't even sound like I'm making sense when I'm talking about this handbag, because like I'm kind of speechless, which doesn't happen often, because you guys know I could talk until the cows come home. But anyways, so here it is. Whoever had this bag before me really took care of it, especially the corners, and they stored it fabulously. But there are definitely some scratches up here. But let me show you guys a couple of details. So you have this ginormous horse bit at the top, that north-south design. I think it's like 19 or 18 inches in length. And in height, it's probably about 19 inches as well, or 20. I don't know, but this thing is huge. Absolutely massive. But I love the little details. I love the leather braiding at the top. But look at that. Giant horse bit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jessica Simpson had like the greatest like handbag collection of the 2000s, right? Do you guys feel the same way? I mean, the Louis Vuitton ones, the Gucci ones. I mean, she had some killer handbags. Okay, but inside it is just one open compartment, and you have one zippered pocket here, and that zippered pocket pretty much goes the entire length of the bag. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna throw in there, but it's just an open hole, baby. Look at that. I feel like this part here is kind of cumbersome because it really prevents you from wanting to see everything at a glance. And because it is so big, I feel like I'm definitely going to get some things lost in there. But I don't care. Like, I don't even care. It could have, I mean, just red flags. And it wouldn't matter to me because that's how stoked I am about this handbag. So it says Gucci, made in Italy. There, but like I said, there's the zippered pocket, and it's extremely generous. Look at that. It literally goes down to here. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, but the details, I'm obsessed with the details. And I know that every time I saw someone with this bag, they would always fold it this way, so that way they can put it over their, over their shoulder, and this leather part wouldn't end up hitting right underneath their armpit. Because I feel like that was always the #1 complaint with this handbag, that you would get deodorant on this leather part because it's so awkward. And yeah, it's 100% awkward. This is not like, look at this. Oh my God. Oh, it's awkward. It's not practical. It's kind of heavy on its own because this hardware is not for like a weak shoulder whatsoever. This hardware has some good weight to it. And it turns into a beautiful mess. It's not structured. You can't change my mind with this bag. Like even with all of the red flags that it has, I think it is absolute perfection. And you're probably thinking, how the hell is it perfection considering it has so many red flags? I don't know, all right? I don't know. It doesn't always have to make sense. It doesn't always have to be practical. And this is a perfect example of that. And maybe it's that sweet nostalgia that's kicking in. I don't know. Maybe it's that nostalgia of when I first saw the bag that I just fell in love with it. And I was like, someday that bag will be mine. I didn't know it would take this long, but it did. And you know what? Better late than never, because now I feel like I can enjoy it to the fullest with a little bit more, I don't know, with a little bit more pep in my step, maybe because I would appreciate it more now than I did if I would have gotten it way back when it was first released. I have no idea, but there are, like I said before, I feel like I'm speechless. I feel like I'm speechless. Like I can't even talk because I'm that happy. I'm that excited about it. Are you guys a fan of the Gucci horsebit hobo or the large horsebit hobo? Let me know in the comment section down below. But look at that. It almost takes up the entire screen. So if you were to fully extend it out, look at that. It is massive. I remember they also had the extra large horsebit hobo for travel. I've seen one and it was just, it's huge, but I don't know. I love it. I feel like maybe purse piece is like right around the corner because now that bag is finally in my possession, in my hot little hands. I don't know. And I did get both of these bags authenticated. You guys know that. I always go through Real Authentication. I have a $5 coupon code that I'll put up here if you guys are interested, and I'll put all their information in the description box below. All right, so moving on to this guy. Now remember, this is not practical whatsoever, and this is for the days when I want to be a little bit more practical and still have a little bit of that horsebit hobo with me. But the other Gucci bag that I added to my collection is the Gucci. You guys are gonna be like, dude, you are nuts. Why are you getting practically the same bag twice? Now the other Gucci bag is the Gucci horsebit hobo in the medium size. So like I said, a lot more practical, a lot more user friendly, and it's not as massive, and you still have this beautiful horsebit at the top. So let me just put them side by side. Look at that. Like this is a pretty good sized bag, and I mean it's definitely not tiny, but you can just see how massive it is, how massive this one is, and how not small, but how how user friendly it makes this one look, right? Okay, so let me give you guys a couple of details. So with this one, there is some corner wear here. Not too bad, because this one is also hard to find at a good, reasonable price that doesn't have these jacked up corners. But, all right, so there we go. And you still have this horsebit. It's a little bit more modest. All right. But I love this style. I love this design. And then you do have Gucci on the hardware here, whereas the other one doesn't have Gucci all over the place. And then you do have a zipper, whereas the other one is just an open compartment. Let me take this caca out. The shiza is all over the place. My room is a mess. Okay, so in here, you have one open compartment, which you guys can't tell because of this handle here, or this strap. And then you have one zippered compartment there, and this one also says Gucci, made in Italy. But both of these, like I said, are in fantastic condition. I would have to say that this one is in better condition than this one because of the corners, the corner wear that I have. Here, let me see if I can bring it up a little bit better. So you have a little bit there, a little bit there. Sometimes you see these where like they have pop stitches, they're unraveling, or the horsebit. I don't know, but time has not been kind to this style whatsoever. but I love it. And with this one, same thing. You can get it in a variety of different colors, different textures. They have this in leather, and it looks amazing. But they also have this, I've seen it in red. I've seen it in so many different colors to pick from. But I am stoked. So this one is a little bit easier. Hang on. It's a little bit easier for me to put on my shoulder. It still doesn't hit underneath my armpit. And it's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more tame. And obviously both of these fit everything and the kitchen sink, no problem. But yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I absolutely love this style. Just the horse bit in general, because there are so many different horse bit handbags and styles that you can pick from. The horse bit chain is another one that is absolutely stunning. Stunning, but the vintage Gucci, there are so many beautiful handbags out there. And I personally think that vintage Gucci looks better than some of the new ones. I'm not trying to take anything away from the new ones, because you guys know, obviously, I love some of the new styles as well. But there's just something about the older bags that just hit different. And I know I say that all the time, and I probably sound like a broken record by now, but that's just honestly how I feel. And maybe it's because of what I said before. Maybe it's because of that nostalgia that it brings me back to a different time. I have no idea. I definitely feel like these two are some of the best vintage purchases I have made this year. They're right up there with the Louis Vuitton Alma GM and the Pomme d'Amour and the Fendi Spy bag, because I feel like all four of those bags have always been at the top of my sub wish list. And I didn't know if or when I was going to be able to add them to my collection, because I was having the worst luck, especially with these two, finding them in really good condition. Because like I said before, the prices that I've seen these on the pre-loved market for in shitty condition is absolutely ridiculous. Like I've seen them going for like $1,000 in crappy, you know, condition with all those tears that I was talking about earlier. And I'm just like, no, man, like you shouldn't charge an arm and a leg just because it's vintage, especially if it's in that type of condition, you know? I definitely don't think it's fair, but to each their own. But for this one, I paid $500, and for this one, I paid $875. So it's not like major savings, but considering the condition that both of these are in, especially this one, I feel like I definitely, absolutely 100% scored on it. But I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like I just want to, especially this one, I feel like I just want to put this bag on and just dance around in my living room. Like it doesn't even matter. I don't even have to go anywhere. It doesn't even have to have anything in the bag, for crying out loud. I just want to wear it, put it on, and just dance around. That's how stupid happy this handbag makes me. And I don't know if you guys can tell like through the camera or what, but I feel like my cheeks hurt just because I can't stop smiling that I have it, that it's in my hands, that it's part of my collection. But I have been absolutely loving this whole vintage kick that I've been on over the last year and a half, because I honestly think that I've been able to find some absolute treasures, some absolute gems, and at some great prices as well, which always makes me even happier. But I am stoked. So forgive me if this video was all over the place. It's probably one of the worst unboxings or reveals I have ever made, because as I said before, I'm probably like not even making sense. I'm probably just babbling and just, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking a million miles a minute, but I think if anybody will understand, like I said in the beginning, it's another handbag lover. Like when you have, there's just certain bags that, I mean, you're excited about them. And then there's those other bags that just kind of forget. I mean, they leave you speechless. They make you forget your words. You're just like you're just that stoked about it. Let me know if you guys have ever felt the same about any handbag and what handbag that was. Let me know in the comments section down below. Don't leave me hanging, because I know, all right, I know that there's some of you guys out there that feel exactly the way that I am talking about right now, and you're just like, there's no words, there's no way to really put it into words, that type of, I don't know, that type of feeling that you get from whatever handbag. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just babbling at this point, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this terrible unboxing. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day.